Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. I hope you're having a great day. It's February 11th, 2024. The Super Bowl will be played later today. So I guess we can call this Super Sunday. And with the assortment of horns that I've got out here, it's even superest more than most. I've got two Pudgies. If you've never seen one, they are a wonderful horn. I'll put a link where you can find them down below in the comments. P-U-J-E, Pudgy. Just a marvelous instrument. This one has an inordinately large bell, almost 5 1/4. Great claim to fame is the fact that they've got an additional wrap here as well as a wonderful shepherd's crook on the bell. This is actually part of the bell system, so it is a whole horn tuning setup. Very nice. Now, the Pudgy splays apart because it is a short instrument, and there had to be a place for the main tuning slide to come out. So it comes out right beside the bell. I'm not sure I'd ever illustrated that before, but very nice horn. The second Pudgy I've got, and the one that I'll be playing first, has a little larger taper through here, similar throat, slightly smaller bell flare. Great horn. Both bells come from Canstel, the now defunct enterprise that did so much for brass horns around the world, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to start playing this with a cornet mouthpiece because I'm going to compare it to a wonderful Olds recording cornet in just a few minutes. I've got a Scodwell trumpet, and I've actually got two Flugel horns because honestly the Pudgy shares traits with a cornet, with a Flugel, and with the trumpet as well. It is definitely somewhat of a hybrid horn. And although this bell from the crook on shares a lot of similarities with the cornet, the tone leans Flugelish, probably because it has quite the large throat on it. Maybe it has to do with the shepherd's crook. Maybe it's a little pixie powder sprinkled in. One Brent Peters is making them. Marvelous horns. And so we'll start off with a great cornet mouthpiece from Mark Curry, his VC vintage cornet piece with, of course, a trumpet adapter to play on the Pudgy. And we'll use the number we've used for quite some time, Summertime. I'm getting a little tired of it, but honestly, it's got a little opportunity for embellishment. It's got some great long tones to let you hear what the horn sounds like. You can do about 1.25 octaves range, so you can get a taste of the upper register. And we'll show you just how similar the Pudgy can be to a cornet, trumpet, and a couple of Flugels as well. Summertime, right now. Now this vintage cornet mouthpiece from Mark Curry puts a great breathy tone into the horn. Very, very nice. All right, we'll play that same thing with the same mouthpiece on the Olds recording cornet. I always wonder if it'll convey, but the sound of this cornet is just so straight ahead, where the Pudgy, like a flugelhorn, tends to spread the tone a little broader throughout the room. So interesting. Okay, I'm going to play that same thing on my Puje now, which has a slightly narrower taper through here, a little bit larger bell flare, but this one seems to get a little more of a direct and a little slightly less dark tone. Okay, we'll go right to the trumpet, and the trumpet, like the cornet in the room here, seems like it's such more a direct tone. This is a Scodwell, marvelous, custom-made horn. Tony Scodwell anneals the bell, so he puts it through a heat treatment and whatever he's done to it, marvelous instrument. And this is his classic model. Some call it the Las Vegas. Okay. Boy, I hate to say it, I'm having fun. I can't wait to see how these horns compare to each other. I've listened on the mic, but it's always a little bit different when we get the YouTube video up. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to this silver Puje, and then we'll play a couple of Flugel horns, and we'll see how they compare. We've compared them already to the cornet and the trumpet. And again, this one has a slightly larger bell through here. Hard to imagine. I think it's going to be a yellow brass bell. And where my Puje has the rose brass, but still, the fact that we've got a slightly larger taper through here seems to make it yield a warmer tone. There are a lot of times that I do not have a Flugel. Frankly, a good cornet with a good mouthpiece, and I really like Mark Curry's Vintage Cornet mouthpiece, which I'm using, will just about give a cornet that same timbre, not the same spread. But sometime back, I got a great Bach 182 Flugel. They didn't make this too long, probably 60s and 70s, and then they went to a more conventional wrap. I really like this Flugel. Now, I believe it's 460 bore, and it's set up probably with a trumpet valve block. And of course, you've got the first and third tuning options, which, frankly, a lot of Flugels really need that. Okay, I'm going to use a relatively shallow Reeves Flugel mouthpiece, and we'll see how it compares to the Pujes. And we'll go back to the raw brass pudgy, and then we'll play a real straight flugel with today's common wrap. Now this is a very economic flugel. It is the Dillon, I think they sell new for about 475 bucks, rose brass bell. I got this used locally from a music store. I think it was the staggering sum of 175 bucks. And I've had two Yamaha 731s. Maybe one 731, that's the silver plated, and then a 631, which is a lacquer. Might have had two or three of them. This horn is so much like those Yamahas. It is shocking. What a great value. Okay, the Dillon, they might call it a doubler, but it's definitely budget priced, but I think it's got a good flugel sound. Well, like most flugels, this has a smaller bore size, 433, I believe, and I am not used to that. I've played the Bach so long, I've just got accustomed to the way that it sounds. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a trumpet flugel mouthpiece, and we'll go back and forth, the Bach 182, and we'll take this silver pudgy. And again, we'll compare apples to apples now. Flugel mouthpiece, pudgy, and a flugel horn. And we'll compare that now to the Bach 182. Now the Bach, again, the taper of the flugel is just so large, really, from where it enters or exits from the first valve all the way through. Nice big throat. And of course the pudgy doesn't quite compare to that large of a throat, which you can stick just all my fingers in the Flugel. But I think it does a reasonable facsimile. The Flugel mouthpiece that I used here was a GR. It's the one that they make for the, I think it was the Con Vintage one. And somehow it fits quite well in a trumpet, and so doubles as a trumpet Flugel piece as well. All right, 2 Pujes, 1 cornet, 1 trumpet, 2 Flugels. Super Sunday. Take care of yourselves, folks, and someone near you.